My name is Safia. I lost my virginity at 16 years of age in my father's house with my room right next to my mother's. I come from a family of 5. My parents, myself, and my younger brothers who are twins. I went to a secondary school that only lets you graduate after you have memorized the Holy Quran. I was quiet and very respectful. I was a boarding student and only went home during breaks. I was one of the best reciters in my school.
Good afternoon. I see you're studying hard.
Yes, teacher, just reviewing. An A student with very good grades. Every teacher loved me. When I was in SS2, I went home to the heartbreaking realization that my parents had fallen apart. They weren't divorced, but my father had married another wife who was already pregnant, and we were no longer a priority for him. My mother was a medical doctor, and my father said she was hardly ever around to fulfill his needs as a wife. I was 14, but I partly understood what he meant.
You don't have time for me, for this family. You're always in the hospital working, neglecting your kids and my needs as a man.
That's not fair. My father moved out, my mother buried herself in her work, and I lost complete focus in school. My grades began to sink and I couldn't help it, and my exams were fast approaching.
Safia, what is wrong with you? The other teachers and I are worried about your grades. You need to sit up. Your SSC is in a few weeks.
Parents' matrimonial situation got to me in the worst way possible. I failed my SSC and JAMB exams. I watched as friends gained admission to universities and I was at home, a failure. I watched on my WhatsApp status as my friends gained admission into good schools to study the courses of their dreams, while I whiled away time at home watching Z-World and having daddy issues. My mother was so angry she didn't talk to me for weeks. She sat down one evening for a heart-to-heart conversation.
Safia, I paid a fortune for your secondary school to ensure you attended a very good school, only for you to fail your examinations. I have enrolled you for extra lesson. You will retake the exam, and you better pass this time around.
I was very close to my father as a kid. I was more a daddy's girl than a mommy's girl because my mother hardly ever around due to the nature of her job. So my father leaving her hit me really hard. I had called my father severally, begging him to let me come live with him and his new wife. But he refused, saying I should stay with my mom and help take care of my younger ones who were only 9 years old. He eventually stopped picking my calls and never returned them either. It was the most difficult moment of my life. I started going to the lesson my mother had enrolled me in. I started the lesson filled with dreams and fueled by my desire to pass my exams and leave home for the university. I studied hard at night and answered every question in class.
Yes, photosynthesis is the process where plants use sunlight to make their own food from carbon dioxide
I believe the
and
answer
water.
is the Nernst equation, which relates electrode potential to ion concentration and temperature.
A metaphor.
A simile uses like or as to compare, while a metaphor states it directly.
What? But my fellow lesson mates began to get angry, calling me an oversabi. Everyone hated me except this one boy. Everyone hated me except this one boy.
Hey, could you please show me how you solve that physics equation?
Sure, maybe after class so we don't disturb the class.
F is force, M is mass, and A is acceleration.
Right, I see now. You are so smart and brilliant. How come you are taking extra lessons for the exams? I had an accident and couldn't take it 2 years ago.
Circumstances beyond my control made me fail mathematics. I scored 206 in JAM, which is below the cutoff mark for medicine.
From teaching him the physics and him teaching me mathematics bonded, shared our experiences, and from there we got to understand that we both were from broken homes. We always sat together during lesson and breaks as well. The start time for the lesson was 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily. Salim and I would stay behind and cover some topics after the classes and then walked home together.
By September of that year, my brothers clocked 10 and were taken to boarding school as my mom could hardly take responsibility of being home and being a good mom to us. And the thought of my going away to the university was on her mind.
Don't cry. I have told you, boarding school is not that bad. Just be respectful and study hard. I will come and visit you soon, okay?
See, dry those tears and enter the car. I don't have all day. I need to drop you off and attend to the countless cases waiting for me at hospital. Boarding school is not a death sentence.
I was such a bookworm in school and hardly had time to socialize. Boarding school made it even more difficult for me to meet people, and a guy friend was new to me, and I didn't realize when I started developing feelings for him.
Hey you, I was just thinking about you. Really, that's so sweet. Stop it, you're making me blush. That's so funny. I miss you too.
We took our GC exam between August and September of 2015, and by December our result was out. While waiting for our results, Salim and I continued to hang out, always on the phone, chatting, and before we knew it, we fell deeper and deeper in love. I had rewritten JAMB in May and got 247. I
I applied to ABU Zaria and was awaiting admission to medicine too. But unlike my mom, I was determined to be a badass doctor, a good wife, and an even better mom. My relationship with Salim was getting serious, and we were already talking about the future and how we wanted to be together. I didn't have any friends except for my secondary school ones, and we mostly only communicated via our class WhatsApp group chat. Comfort in being alone except for our 12-year-old maid who mostly just cleaned the house and ran errands while we survived on Indomie and white rice and beans with pepper and oil, a typical Hausa lazy comfort food. Salim started to post coming to see me at home whenever my mom was not around. I badly wanted to let him because I loved him, but I knew in my heart that it wasn't right because of the nature of our chats and conversations. I was mostly alone whenever she was on call at her job. He had been coming to see me and we would sit in his father's tinted car which he would borrow still, mostly at night when his father had gone to bed. We would chat alongside other things we could do, but we tried not to go too far because in as much as I was in love with him, I was still a 16-year-old girl out of secondary with a father who didn't care as much and a mother who put her career above all else. My father was patient and kind. My mother was the tough one, always seeming like she was too perfect and never gave us any room for error. If you don't off that TV and go to bed, I will come down and deal with you.
My grandfather always made me believe my mother was like that because he was a soldier and she was raised to be poised with etiquette and class. Coupled with the fact she went to military secondary school and later read medicine too, so all her life had been about being perfect and having good grades. Her father, my grandfather, made her get married at 23 years of age, which was immediately after her university education. She didn't really have time to socialize to know people, which made my father her first boyfriend. My mother didn't want to get married, she just wanted to focus on her career, but her father forced her. So she married my father out of obligation, not love. Her only love was her career. My mother had 3 sisters and no brother. My father had 2 sisters and 5 stepbrothers. I had a very good relationship with all my cousins, both from my maternal and paternal sides. We spent a lot of time together and had lots of sleepovers. I attended same secondary school with some of my female cousins. They were like the sisters I never had. My mother as a doctor was earning slightly over 50,000 as a house officer. That was in the year I was born, 1997, which was a year after my parents got married. My father was a civil servant who wasn't earning as much as my mother was earning. The good life we lived can partially be credited to my mother's financial support of my father's salary.
Just resign from that your job because despite it, I still do almost everything for this family. Take it and go!
I remember the day I started my menstrual period. I was 11 years old, in JS3, and had come home from school for the long vacation. I was at my auntie's house for the holiday because my mother had to travel to Ibadan to attend one of their medical examinations part 2 to become a consultant. My auntie was the one who explained everything to me about what having a period meant for a girl, how if a guy touched even my finger I would get pregnant. She bought new panties and sanitary products and taught me how to use them. Auntie Afia was about 5 years older than my mother and had daughters that were older than me and some were my age mates. She was more of a mother to me than my own mother. I envied her kids because despite being a lawyer, she had all the time in the world for her kids and even for me, her niece. Looking at her and her husband, you could see deep love, connection and understanding. I always wished my parents were more like them. I was 6 years old when my brothers were born. My mother nursed them for a while before going back to work and allowing their nanny and my maternal grandmother to take over their care. It was much later I understood how patient my father was for years, and consequently his actions over the years as of finding someone who made him fall in love all over again, who made him happy like my mother never could, and honestly I didn't see the need to blame him anymore.
Safia, I am leaving now. I will be at the hospital all night. Don't stay up late watching TV. You need to start reading ahead for the university. Your admission is out. Don't go there and embarrass me. People know me.
And just like that, my mother will leave me alone with our 12-year-old maid. It was like that almost every day. She was rarely there. No matter how righteous a child is, they need parents' care and love. It was also why a lot of parents had issues when their sons attempt to marry girls raised by single moms. Hey Salim, I just got your text. You're outside my house? I am coming. Let me make sure this girl is sleeping. I would check to ensure our gate man, who is an old elderly man, was sleeping. He smoked a lot and hardly makes it away past 9 p.m., which is when Salim visits.
Hey.
Hey, I missed you.
When will you let me come into the house? We can stay in your room and talk. That way I can hug you properly.
No, Salim, honestly, I am scared. All this is new to me, and I feel it's wrong both culturally and Islamically.
No, Sophie, it's perfectly normal for people our age. Everyone does it. It's what couples do. Don't you love me? Don't you want to make me happy?
I couldn't stop thinking about what Salim said. I loved him. He was the most important person in my life. My mom loved her job, my dad loved his new family, and I loved Salim. Eventually, I began to consider it.
Welcome to my room. Ya Allah.
I lost my virtue that night. As much as I wanted to hold on to it, I couldn't. I let myself be consumed by passion, hormones, and sweet talks from Salim. After the incidents with Salim, the night where I lost my virtue, things changed dramatically between us. It was as though he didn't care anymore. Even if he did, not as much as before. I started ABU Zaria and ASU went on strike. For about 2 months we were at home. I promised myself what happened would never happen again. I promised myself I was going to carry my dignity to my husband's house. Unfortunately, I let love and baseless teenage passion ruin my life. The hottest blow happened after I found out I was pregnant. Two pink lines staring at me in the face like a bad dream.